Well, let's just see if anybody shows up. I just realized there's several streams going on. I figure Wendy V would be wrapping up anytime. If not, I can sit here and talk to myself. It's okay. Hey, Winky Whispers, how are you? Happy Memorial Day weekend. Hello, Carla. It's raining here and it's supposed to turn cold. Not a drama stream. Hey, Chickadee. Hey, sweet Lilith. Like I said, not a drama stream, so I don't expect to draw a big crowd. Hey, misbehaving. Anybody been following Molly Tibbetts trial? I have. I've had my nose stuck in that trial for over a week. Hey, one and only Puss in Boots. Hey, Lucky Lou Who. If you've been following the Tibbetts trial, we are on verdict watch. So, but I just came live because it is Memorial Day weekend. Hey, Honor Rose. Hey, Denise R. Um, yeah, waiting for a verdict to come in. I do believe it'll probably come in today because the jury probably wants to go home for the holiday weekend. But I wanted to talk about kind of talk about the weekend a little bit because this weekend is known for heroes, and not all heroes come in capes and uniforms. Although, please pay respect to our fallen and those who are currently serving our country. Please take the time out to pay respect to those guys, women and men, not those guys. Um, but it's about heroes. Well, today is my brother's 60th birthday. And he's my hero. He pulled me out of probably the worst time of my life and didn't even know he was doing it. Hey, Pepper. I'll have to check it out. I love Trace Atkins. Thank you, Miss Behaven. I'm okay. But like I said, not all heroes come in capes and uniforms. And like I said, it's my brother's 60th birthday today, and he's kind of my hero. Um, Not to diminish our military men and women. Please pay respect to them always. But I was laying in bed this morning and I was thinking about heroes. And a lot of people's daddies are their heroes, and I guess when I was little my daddy was my hero too. But morning, Sunnyside. Denise R. But I'm going to go back a few years when I was going through chemo and I was going through a son who was in very active methamphetamine addiction. And my bills were so far behind. I had been living off credit cards and I didn't know how I was going to make the mortgage. And just out of the blue, I didn't tell my family about all this. And then just out of the blue, my brother, who growing up, we weren't the closest. When you come from a family of 8 kids, it's clicky, on who you're closest to. And he was always closest to my brother, who just recently lost his son. But the phone rings out of the blue, and it's my brother. And he says, "You have 1 week to get your stuff packed up. I'll be down there Saturday. You're going to come home and you're going to take care of yourself mentally and physically." And it was a relief. Although I was losing everything, it was a relief that I was going to be able to come home and lay my troubles on the table. So, and this is just conversation, guys. This is not, I'm not e-begging or anything like that. This is just talking. So, Memorial Day weekend, and I spent my life at a place called Buffalo Trace Park because my mom loved to camp. And I can't remember a Memorial Day weekend up until I was 30 years old that we weren't sitting in the woods, rain or shine. And we actually camped like a band of gypsies. No offense to the gypsies out there, but I miss those days so much, so much. I always wonder if I could turn back time if I would. They always say if you have one day to be with your loved one, would you? And no, I wouldn't, because then I would have to let them go again, and I don't ever want to go through that again. Hey, Amanda T, Sunnyside, Angela Critters. But just a lot of memories come flooding back. You just have those days where, like I said, it's Memorial Day weekend. Everybody's out doing their thing. Um, they are great memories, Sunnyside. You got to remember, I had a family of, there was 8 of us, then my parents, and aunts and uncles and nieces or cousins, and then after we grew up and we started having kids, the tradition continued. And then my mom just got to the point she couldn't camp anymore. She couldn't do it. And she actually ended up passing away the following March. Our last camping trip was Labor Day weekend, and she passed away that following March. So, sitting in a lawn chair in front of the camper right now. Lucky Lou, good for you, because I am so missing that right now. I am so missing that right now. And maybe it's time for me to start my own traditions. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, enjoy the nature. It's funny, my brother, that the ones whose birthday is today, he hated camping. He hated it. As soon as he got old enough to stay home by himself, he did. He'd do a drive-by. He'd ride out to camp. We never camped further than 20 minutes, 30 minutes from home, and he'd ride out to camp. But his scenario is he spent his whole life working to keep a roof over his head. He wasn't going to go out in the woods and live like a homeless person. But we had such good times, man. Sitting around playing music after all the kids had gone to bed. And funny story about my nephew who just recently passed. My other nephew, Nick, had caught a little bluegill. And he comes running up the hill with this little bluegill still stuck on the hook. Hey, Ben. And boy, as soon as he did, the other kids grabbed their little Zebco 202s and they were going to go get them a fish. Well, Bryce, like I said, the one that has just recently passed away, he put a dead fish that had obviously been dead for quite some time I know, Amanda T. I'm so sorry. But he had put a dead fish, hey, Sergeant Blackrock, on his hook and come running up the hill. Uh, it was so funny. It was obvious that that fish had been dead for a while, but he was so proud of that because Nick had actually caught a live fish. And my dad used to do silly things and give them $1 for every fish they caught or whatever. So I guess Bryce just wanted his dollar, but didn't really even have the heart to tell him that fish had been laying for quite some time. But we did ask him to go turn it loose because, well, we didn't want camp smelling like a dead fish. So, and I miss those times so much, man. I know you do, Amanda T. I know everybody misses, there's always a time in somebody's life that they miss things more than other days. Winky, I know your days are rough, and I know there's good days and bad days. But Memorial Day weekend is just it's just I'm not going to say it's sad, but it brings back a lot of good, but they're bittersweet memories. My niece and their children, um, they all pack up and go camping out there once in a while, and I haven't been able to take myself back out there since my mom passed. I mean, I've been camping since then, but I haven't been back to that park. And I should go, I should go and soak it all in, but I don't know. Just doesn't, I just haven't made it yet. Thank you, Sunnyside. I don't know that I inspire a lot of people. I know I'm the blunt of a lot of people's jokes, but I really don't care. I really don't care. Sometimes I care. Most of the time, I just don't care. But, like I said, I woke up thinking, wow, it's Friday of Memorial Day weekend. And, I have I have plans tomorrow, but depending on the weather, because it's been like 80 and 90 degrees and sunny. And now yes, some days are worse than other, Honor Rose. And this just happens to be hey, Captain Obvious, one of my weekends. Um, because I don't remember a time, Chickadee, that I wasn't in the woods from the time I was 3 to 30. Thank you, Amanda T. I appreciate you too. I appreciate everybody that takes the time to come in here, you know, and I don't have to be doing drama. Um, like I said, I've had my nose stuck in the Molly Tibbetts trial. It took a hell of a turn the other day. Hey, Ben, you're sounding a little hoarse, Ben. You said it was from a lot of smoking. Better slow down on that stuff. Not really, Ben. Smoke away, kid. Smoke away. Yeah, I know, Captain Obvious. The highs are in the 50s tomorrow. And I'm like, wow, I don't know. Maybe God knew my mood and thought he would punish all of those that are out there camping and boating and not really. That's mean. I shouldn't say that. Don't be mean, Tracy. Your cat is destroying the house. Go get him, Sergeant Blackrock. Yeah, it's been sunny here all week. The weather's been perfect for camping and boating. And now today it's rainy. It's not cold. It's not cold at all. Yeah, you're right. Fleetwood Mac is bomb to the they're bad. They're bomb. You don't get much better than Fleetwood Mac. You jumped the gun. Well, actually, Captain Obvious, you did the right thing. You're supposed to be safe after Mother's Day. Hopefully, you can discover them and save them. Take some plastic bags out there, even if they're garbage bags, if you don't have a tarp or. I was just, before I went live, I was just reading an article where Rod Stewart, who's like 74 years old, and his son got into a barroom brawl. And I'm thinking, I guess he really does believe he's forever young. You're a little old to be out there fighting, Rod. So they're going to settle it with a hefty little settlement towards the victim. And another one of my favorites, though. Yeah, Rod Stewart and his son. You can read about it. I just watched the pre-trial, or not pre-trial, but it was just the judge and the attorneys, and they said they'd probably come to an agreement. I love Rod Stewart. I won't say Maggie May is my favorite song, but I do love Rod Stewart. But yeah, they were, hey, Johnny Cuddy. Yeah, him and his son got into a barroom brawl. He punched a man in the ribs. Don Henley and Stevie Nicks, yeah. But I like Mac Fleetwood too, so I can't even think of my favorite song by Fleetwood Mac. Uh, it's so hard. And I don't even think uh Nikki sang it. I think it was the other girl, the girl that played the keyboards. I don't know, I can't think clearly. Has anybody noticed they've taken away the dislikes? Or is it just me? Has YouTube gotten rid of the dislikes? Because I can't. Changes, yep, that's a good one. I can't think of a bad Fleetwood Mac song. When it comes to Rod Stewart, I didn't like his Do You Think I'm Sexy era, but I got over it. But he's, Rod, if you're listening, and I know you are, I know you're listening to me right now, Rod. You're too old to be out in barroom brawls, okay? Just pay the man you punched in the chest. And I just saw him with Cyndi Lauper a couple years ago, Amanda T, over in Louisville. I saw him and Cyndi Lauper together in Louisville just a couple years ago. But then he got into like that old jazzy kind of bedroom music, and I didn't like that either. I wanted, I like the old Rod. Christine McVie, yes. Thank you, Lindsay. I think she's the one that sings my song. Christine McVie, yes. I've watched a documentary on Fleetwood Mac, and they were some crazy people. I mean, they did their partying, but you just don't find a voice really as pretty as Stevie Nicks. I don't know. Oh, did y'all just hear my ankle pop? Well, thank you for taking the time to Google that, Lindsay. That was very kind of you. Yeah, do you hear Lolly snoring? Oh, God, to get into merch, you can ask Puss in Boots. Without Mar, I am so lazy. Thank God Puss in Boots is there. But when it comes to my channel and Patreons and stuff, I'm so lazy. And like I said, maybe it's a funk. I don't know. Hashtag purge, Amber K. We're just talking about memories, Amber K. And the fact that Rod Stewart and his son was out bar fighting and now it's in the court system. Yeah, I just popped my ankle. I was sitting here and just, hey, British Chippy. You partied with every single one of them and Willie Nelson? Oh, lucky you. Oh, you would. Oh, I thought you meant you did. I've met Willie Nelson before because he played in the casino, but never partied with him. I met a lot of people in the casino business. Yeah, we're just talking memories and heroes, and I was saying how much my brother. You even named your pup Maggie May. That's so cute. Lolly's name came to me one day. I was sitting at a outdoor cafe in West Virginia, and I had just had to put down my boxer. And I was living in an apartment and didn't want to get another big dog. I already had my boxer when I moved into the apartment, and he was the best dog, so well behaved. You could take him anywhere. But you know me, I got to have a dog in my life. I tried a plant, I killed it, it didn't work. I tried a fish, didn't work. I had to have a dog. So I'm on websites looking at dogs. So I decided on a Shih Tzu. I don't know that I recommend that. She was very hard to train. Still not the sharpest, well, as Laura would say, banana in the bunch. Or what does she say? Either way. Uh, my sister lived in the US for many years and was a hostess. She was friends with quite a few celebs. It was very strange to get texts such as, hey, just chatting with P. Diddy before he performed. That's cool, British Chippy. Like I said, I met a lot of famous people and dealt to a lot of famous people. And I'm not a big starstruck kind of person, though. It doesn't, I mean, they're people. Not to mention that, when are you doing the mock court thing? Um, I swear, I'm going to get with Brian. I'll probably get with him today after work, after he gets off work. And you partied with Rod Stewart. Keith Richards was there. Dang, man, where have I been? I've been living under a rock my whole life. I've met these people, but I've never partied with them. I did party with Jonathan Winters one time, but that was kind of creepy. Is that his name, Jonathan Winters? Kind of like an albino guy. I think that's his name, Jonathan Winters. Or is that a comedian? I'm pretty sure that's his name. I never listened to his music, so I just happened to be at a biker festival and he was playing there. You've never been to one concert ever? Yeah, Ben. No, no, not the comedian. Who's the singer? Edgar Winters. Yes. Thank you, Ben. Thank you. I don't know any of his music. He just happened to be at this big bike festival, motorcycle festival that I went to. So, yes, Jonathan Winters was the funny, heavy comedian. Yes, you're right. See, no wonder people have a hard time talking to me. I didn't know Jonathan Winters sang. I can hear him now. You hear Lolly snoring? Wendy V. Just kidding. I was able to get her groomed yesterday. Oh God, I mean, she looks like a little old lady, which she kind of is, but God, it was so good to get her finally groomed. And it cost a pretty freaking penny because she was pretty matted, but it was worth every penny of it. She had a blueberry facial, um, her nails, they put a pretty bow in her hair. What did Amber Kay just say? So, you still doing it or not? Yeah, I'm down, Amber Kay. I'm doing my best right now. I mean, I'm trying to join in if I think what's happening is happening. Actually, I think we're going to have a call later, aren't we, Amber? When you get off work? I'm down. I'm down to try anything to get past this hatefulness that people have for each other. And just when I went to her boyfriend's restaurant, Brittany and Justin were in there the night before. I got excited for who I was possibly going to see, and all I got was the cast of Bold and the Beautiful. Well, I mean, it ain't Brittany and Justin, but the cast of Bold and Beautiful is pretty cool too. If I can even remember that soap opera. I used to watch it all the time. Oh, that's the one with uh Nikki and who's the man, the guy that lived for like ever? Is he still alive? Does that show even play anymore? I wish I could sleep like Lolly. I hear you. Has it calmed down some? I don't know, Sunnyside. I'm totally avoiding it. Um, when I log on YouTube at night and Lucky's Groomer only charges me 35 for a full groom. Yeah, but Lolly was in pretty bad shape. I wish I would have taken a picture of her, but I was so embarrassed. I almost started crying when I walked her into the groomers because I don't want people to think that that's the way I treat my dog. Lolly is making you sleepy. She always makes me sleepy. I can be watching something on TV and she'll curl up next to me, and immediately I get sleepy. So sometimes I make her go at the end of the bed. Thank you, Amanda T. Just so I won't get sleepy. You met the Walking Dead cast 4 years ago. That's cool. My nephew met remember that show where they went out on the, is it the Deadliest Catch? He met a couple of those guys in the airport coming back from Japan. I worked at a bar where Martina McBride played. Her eyes really are that beautiful and a really kind lady. Cool. Well, I told you all the story about me dealing cards to Mrs. Brady, Florence Henderson. Let me tell you something, man. That woman can cuss better than any sailor. She would make a hell of an asset here to this community. I'm taking evasive measures. I hear you, Captain Obvious. I'm just like I said, I think you got sidetracked because I asked about the court thing. Oh, we're on verdict watch. Is that what you're talking about, Amber Kay? Or the Rod Stewart thing? Rod Stewart and his son got in a barroom brawl. And before I came live, I just so happened to click on the hearing. Everything's Zoom now. And it kind of made me chuckle a little bit because Rod Stewart's like 74 years old. And I can just picture this little old man out there, punching a bouncer in the ribs. Oh, the Darley Routier. Yes, yes, it's still on. See, I get maybe I'm ADD. I don't know. Hello, Debbie Lou Who. Yes, it's still on. I've got to get with Brian. I'll probably call him tonight. Um, yes, he is fit for his age, British. And I'm just going to see if he just wants to wing it. I mean, yes, we'll have some exhibits from the trial, but it's not really a trial. I want it to be more like why I feel like she deserves a new trial and Brian feels like she's right where she needs to be. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Almost like an appellate thing. I know there's so many different combos going on, and I'm like trying to keep up with everyone. But I don't know if that's what Amber was talking about. But we're on Verdict Watch with the Molly Tibbetts, and yesterday the accused just pulled. Was it yesterday or day before? He just pulled two masked men out of his hat. Like it was like Jodi Arias all over again. It was like what? I couldn't believe it when he started his testimony. Yeah, and he took the stand and he did himself no favors. Truth, me and my dad met Captain Phil from Deadliest Catch at a radio show meet and greet in North Carolina. Cool. Yeah, I don't know which one my nephew met or which ones. I used to love that show. I don't know what happened. I kind of just got off of it. But hey, Audra, how you friends? I'm excited for the hearing of the D. Routier. Yeah, me too. But like I said, we got to try to keep another crime from happening when me and Brian get on the same panel together. So that's why we'll have a judge and we will have a bailiff in the chat who will escort people out if it gets too out of hand. That doesn't mean you have to agree with me in order to stay in the chat, but how did he die? Did he died of a heart attack? I thought, right, Sergeant Blackrock. Now we're back to Deadliest Catch. Yes, Kiki too. Kiki is the bailiff. Puss in Boots is the judge. She will sustain or overrule objections. That's basically your job. And Puss in Boots, you can't show favoritism, even though I know you want to overrule all of Brian's and sustain all of mine. You got to be fair. I don't British. That's something else that blew my mind. Lori Vallow comes back as incompetent to stand trial. Now here she spent months just playing the courts for fools, and now all of a sudden she's incompetent. Wrong, wrong, wrong. But a lot of people pull this stunt, thinking that it's going to get them somewhere. It's really not going to get you anywhere. You just won't get there as quickly. Oh, cancer. Oh, I hate cancer. Cancer sucks. Yeah, Molly Tibbetts, the accused, what Christian, I can't say the rest of his name. He just pulled two ninjas out of the sky. I was like, I mean, like my jaw dropped. I was watching the trial and I was like, are you serious? This is your story? That case is going to be hard with the brother gone. Oh, you mean the Vallow case? Audrey Blankenship, congratulations. Her tumors are gone. No more chemo. Ding, 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 ding. I wish I had a bell for you. I got to get a bell for baby Archer. Everybody ring a bell for Audra. Yeah, I agree, Debbie. They will test her and proceed. Yeah, everybody ring a bell for Audra because that is the best feeling in the world is for the doctor to say, that's it. No more chemo. Trust me. Yay, Audra. Ding, 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 ding. See, people's got bells going, Audra. I'm so happy for you. Oh, Sergeant Blackrock. Oh, Winky, your phone overheated. Are you sitting outside in the sun, Winky? Because I know you're in a hot spot. I mean, I don't know what your weather's like out there, but I know you're in the desert. So, yes, Audra, I'm so happy for you. I swear. And like I said, we need to all invest in bells because on baby Archer's final chemo, and I'm sure he's going to get a clean bill of health. He's going to get a NED, no evidence of disease. We're going to do several panels around YouTube where everybody rings a bell for Archer. So, because they don't do that in Australia. But that's what I'm saying. You know, people hear the big C word and they automatically, I know when I heard it, well, I don't even think I really realized, according to my therapist, I didn't really deal with it. I just rolled with the punches. But, that's what my therapist says. What do I know? I actually talked to my therapist about YouTube the other day. She thought I was crazy and recommended I stay away from the toxic. I know, isn't he cute, Amanda T? I mean, those chubby cheeks and, I mean, well, I'm not going to say all babies are cute because all babies are not cute. All puppies are cute, but not all babies are cute. I'm not going to sit here and lie. Sometimes babies are not cute, but then they get cute as they grow up. Some of the ugliest babies I've ever seen turned out to be the most beautiful adults. So, Sergeant Blackrock. Thank you, Sunnyside. Yeah, now, Audrey, you get to go into what we call scanxiety, which I should be wrapping mine up. I know I've got a colonoscopy coming up, and I know I've got an appointment with the oncologist to get my last scans done. So I should be. Some babies look like Winston Churchill. Yeah, some babies just aren't that cute. Chickadee, I had breast cancer. Luckily, it was early stages. Good for you, Chickadee. Yeah, don't forget, check them boobies. Check them boobies. They were talking about boobies earlier on Wendy B. So check them boobies. Catch that stuff as quickly as you can. I love fat babies. Nothing cuter than a fat baby. First one in July, already scanxiety. It'll be okay, Audra. Celebrate each day that you know that you're NED. Don't focus on July. Celebrate each and every day that you know right now your body is null and void of that nasty freaking disease. So, if I had one wish, I'd wish cancer be gone from the face of the planet. Sergeant Blackrock, that's a very good wish. What would everybody else wish if you had one wish? And please don't tell me that you would wish for three more wishes. You can't do that. Everybody put in the chat what their one wish would be. Because Sergeant Blackrock, that's a good wish. Good deal, Chickadee. Your health has been good. Then went for my cervical screening. All good. Don't be afraid, ladies. That's right. That's right. I hate when people say dying of cancer because although there are people dying with cancer, most people are living with it. So, most people are living with it. Sunnyside says for her kids to live happy and healthy lives. Critter says physical strength. Audra says no child abuse. Wow, these are all good ones. Lindsay agrees with Sergeant Blackrock that cancer would disappear for everyone. A cure for cancer would be freaking amazing. Wouldn't it be great after being in the midst of this pandemic to wake up and turn on the news and all cancer, they found a cure for all cancer? Wouldn't that be great? That would be like, hey, Remy, no abused children. I agree, Chickadee. My wish would be for all beings to feel empathy. Good one, British. Good one. There's so many things we could wish for. Remy says my wish would be for no evil. Good one. Angela says, oh, I thought it was for me. My one wish would be no abused children. Yes. Sunnyside wants to change her wish. Okay, Sunnyside, I'm going to give you two wishes. Just like I'm going to give Angela two wishes. You can have two just because you're all really good. You're all really good folks. Everybody can have two. How about everybody just take two wishes? My wish would be everyone in the world practice respect for all things. Good one, Scarlett. That's a good one. Chickadee says no cancer and all children to have happy lives. And you know the thing is okay, we don't have control over the cancer situation, but really as human beings, don't we have control over the all children, no children ever being abused? That's what pisses me off is we have control over that. Yeah, we all need to practice what we preach, Lisa 54. Scarlett's second wish is for a half dozen Boston Terrier puppies. Wow, that's a lot of puppies. That's a lot of poop. That's a lot of puppy pads. I agree, Sunnyside. Remy says hi, Lolly. She got her belly full, so. I'm sorry, Republican Ash. I didn't really let anybody know that I was going live. I'm just like on verdict watch for the Molly Tibbetts trial. So if anybody sees that the verdict is in, please tell me because I'm probably going to end this really quick. And once again, feeling nostalgic. You know, talked about my brother being my hero, Republican Ash. He saved me from a very dark time in my life. And today, this weekend, is the weekend to celebrate heroes. Um, it's not about hot dogs and hamburgers. It's about the people that have served this country and lived and died for this country. So we have great childhood memories and most don't. That saddens me. You know, me too, Sunnyside. Me too. Because hey, Galway, I didn't grow up with nothing. I mean, we literally didn't have Captain Obvious pleads the fifth. We literally didn't have, yeah, today's his birthday, Republican Ash. He's 60 today. I hope he goes out and does something nice for himself. But he doesn't feel good. He's having a lot of trouble with his feet. He came home early from work. I thought about getting one of those electric foot massagers, but I don't know what that would help. And they're pricey, and I don't mind paying the price. But I just found out that my neighbor was arrested for child molestation. He already did 5 years in prison for it. I'm broken that he has forever changed the innocence. Miss Behaven, I'm sorry. Sergeant Blackrock, I never heard of that, but I'll definitely Google it. I'll tell him, guys, that you all said happy birthday. I wish they would be able to cure diabetes. My niece has I mean, she's insulin dependent and she's young. I mean, she's in her, early 30s. Well, she might be right at 30s. Right at 30. I can't remember. I can remember everybody's birthday though, but I don't remember everybody's age. I don't go back and count on my fingers how many years, but I remember I have a very large family and I can remember. Kim says, I wish for no cancer, no child or animal abuse. Yes, let's not leave the animals out because it's happy cake day for my brother. Yes. I'm just reading you guys's. I don't even know where that comes from, you guys's. I've heard Ewan's and you guys, but I've never heard you guys's. Maybe it's a Tracyism. I can have isms too. Yes. Wouldn't that be cool just to wake up one morning, like I said, Debbie, and all cancer has been cured? It'd be like, yes. And for those who have passed on before, they were part of you know, they were how they got to where they got. I'm so grossed out by it. First time I met him, the hair on the back of my neck. Yep. I do believe people, and I really believe animals sense bad people. I called my sister a whole cow bag the other day, and she just knew I'd been on YouTube. A whole cow bag. I don't know. There's just certain people in the world that I don't think can be helped. I've said it all along. If you kill somebody and you're in the process of, hey, brown eyed girl, um, you know, stealing to feed your family or something like that, I can almost see where, yes, you have to do your punishment, but some people just aren't worth saving. I'm sorry, and God forgive me. But there's just some people out there that just, and people that hurt animals and elderly and children, and I can't. I can't. Hey, Lorley. Oh, Lorley, stop. Do you believe in the death penalty? I do. Oh, Lorley, what a question. Leave it to you. I was going to have a panel about that, but it's so controversial. And I don't look down. Hey, WTF ever. I don't look down on people that do believe in it. And I used to be all for it, you know. But then I got to reading some stories where innocent people have been put to death, and I can't get past that. I can't get past that. I can't. I've always been one of those people that I would rather see 10 guilty people walk free than to see one innocent person locked away. Scarlett believes in it. I just, because our judicial system is not a perfect system and it's run by human beings, and there's going to be mistakes made, and there's been nothing proven that the death penalty deters crime. I, I don't know. I don't know, Lorley. I don't know. By the grace of God, I've never been put in a situation, but I'm not against the death penalty. However, I think some people see that as an easy way out, and some people just need to suffer. Well, I mean, you do suffer. Most people sit on death row for at least a minimum of 10 years while they get through their appeals. And most of them, it's more like 20 years. Pedophiles cannot be cured. Depends on the crime for you. I don't know. It's kind of like, remember when you were raising your kids and they let's say the preschool teacher called and said they bit somebody, and to teach them a lesson, what do you do? Do you bite them back? I mean, is that how you trained your kid not to, you know, I don't know. I don't know where I stand nowadays. I mean, is the murder of a child, regardless of the circumstances, is that death penalty, does that, hey, Margie, does that qualify for the death penalty? Regardless of who it is, what the circumstance, I don't know. Hey, monkey's mama. I mean, we can do a panel on it one night if we think we can. I agree with that, Angela. There's some people like that, and we can do a panel on it one night. If if we think we can keep it civil, you're eye for an eye. I used to be eye for an eye, but then an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. So I don't know. I don't know. And like I said, by the grace of God, I've never been put in a situation where I've had to. I could have easily pulled the plug on Chris Watts. I agree with you, behaving. I agree. I, that is the most heinous of crimes. But I'm like that, Amanda T. Sometimes I feel that way, and then other times I'm like, I don't know. I can't say I'm out there with signs on a stick, say, in the death penalty, but I just know there's a lot of people sitting on death row that are innocent. And once you kill an innocent person, how do you fix that? I mean, how do you fix that? Now, I don't know. See, now we're going to get into shit that it's going to get deep. And I just thought talking about childhood memories was going to get deep. And the fact that we're on verdict watch. Please don't let me miss this verdict. I swear you all. If you're watching the Molly Tibbetts trial, Puss in Boots, I know you won't let me miss it. If court resumes, I gotta hang up real quick and go in there because I gotta give it to the defense. They did throw some reasonable doubt, but then he just kind of hung himself when he got on the stand and decided to make up some rock and bull story about two ninjas in the night, two masked men. And don't. Molly Tibbetts deserves justice. But see, I don't even think that dude should be put to death. Johnny Cuddy doesn't believe in the death penalty. I think what the death penalty was meant to do, it's not doing it. What do you think about the latest on? I don't know. What is the latest, Puss in Boots? I have to go back and catch up. Pixie says it's going to be a hung jury. It very well could be, Pix. He did confess, but I also believe in false confessions. So I'm not putting all of my guilty eggs in one guilty basket. Um, his confession, especially with the breakdown in the language barrier. But there's things I can't get over. Do I think the DNA and modern forensics have reduced the number of innocent people on death row? I think it is attempting. Um, I think that there's a lot of people being. I will, Puss in Boots. I think there's a lot of people being freed. So Galway doesn't believe in False confessions. Okay. Another country heard from. I love my Galway. She always gives me a run for my money. So does Pixie. They both always give me a run for my money. Sometimes my mind can be swayed. Sometimes it can't. But of course, I believe in false confessions. Oh, just in this case, okay, Galway. Because if I'm just not putting all my guilty eggs in one guilty basket based on his confession. I'm putting it all in the basket based on a lot of things to do with this Tibbetts trial. The death penalty means nothing because they sat on death row for years and years, and if they were put to death just after being found guilty in court, it would mean something. Cork, um, we can't do that in this country because in this country, everybody has a right to an appeal. There is an appeals process, and thank God for that appeals process, or our prisons would be even in worse shape. You met a lot of us from the Tibbetts case, really. Um, so we can't just say, okay, death penalty, we're going to set your death a week from today, say your goodbyes, make good with your family or whatever. But, well, the wheels of justice definitely turn slowly. And sometimes they get clogged up and nothing good comes from it. But allegedly, we have the best justice system in the world. I don't know. I don't know everybody's justice system. I personally would rather be, if I was guilty of the crime I was prosecuted and found guilty of, if I was guilty, I would rather be put to death than to spend my whole life in a cage. Most are guilty, Cork. I agree. Most are. But what about the ones that aren't? See, we can't give that back to them. If we take their life, Cork, that's it. It's over. There's no giving anything back to somebody. Yes, everyone who is sentenced to death automatically gets appeals in the US. Yes. Our justice system is based on English law, King Henry, Scarlett says. And like I said, there's no perfect system out there. If human beings are going to be running something, there's always going to be room for mistakes. And I believe in mistakes. Some people across the world, they would already have been killed. Yeah. Have you seen Law Abiding Citizen? I don't think so. I'll check that out since it's a rainy day. All right, I got to take a screenshot of that or I'll forget it. Law Abiding Citizen. Got it. Got it. But yeah, I mean, I'll get with Brian today after he gets off work to discuss when we can do the Darlie Routier discussion. And I only call it a trial because I am going to allow 12 people to determine whether she's guilty and is where she should be, she's innocent, or she deserves a new trial. And although the entire chat can join in, it's going to be those 12 votes that count. I'll check it out, Angela Critters. I might have seen it, but I'm going to look again. You never know. You never know. But yeah, we can do a panel on the death penalty if you guys would like to. But we definitely have to keep it civil because that is a very hot topic. And when you start getting into topics like that, some things get heated. And to be honest with you, I'm really not looking for I don't mind passion. I don't mind people that are passionate about their beliefs. I just don't want any name calling. Well, he can't be as sexy as Sam Elliott. There's just no way. Sam Elliott is the only man that I've ever known. Well, maybe what's his name too, but Sam Elliott is like one of the only men that I've ever seen just get better with age. Me neither, behaving. Me neither. We have no death penalty here, and when you get life, it's a joke. They do 12 years. Ridiculous. Well, Cork, I guess it depends on your rehabilitation. Laura Lee says, I'll behave. Hey, Blake. Laura Lee says, I'll behave on your panel. I swear. Laura Lee, long time no see, Blink. We'll figure. Yes, Sam Elliott is. I named my child after Sam Elliott, not Sam, but he played a funny story. I was going to name my child Christopher Levi, and I might have already told you all this. And me and my mom were talking, and she said, I don't like that name Levi. It sounds like a hobo. And Sam Elliott, you don't know who he is, Blank? Well, either way. So I was going to name him Christopher Levi. And then this movie came out. The guy that played in it played Major Dad. What's his name? Kind of a good looking bald guy. I like the name Levi too. Especially back when I was naming my kid. But mom said it sounded like a hobo. So I picked the name Chance because Sam Elliott played in a series called The Yellow Rose of Texas, and his name was Chance. Yes, Gerald. It's so good that you all are here because I wouldn't know anybody's name. Gerald McCraney played in this movie, and his dad was a hobo. And guess what his name was? And my son had already been born. His name was Chance. After my mom done said Levi sounded like a hobo. Yeah, Sam Elliott played in The Yellow Rose of Texas, and he played a cowboy named Chance. You think having Stellar on panel to talk Ted Bundy? Um, yeah, I listened to Stellar's. I didn't realize that was his sister. I've watched her be interviewed many a times. I didn't realize that was his sister that got away, but that's pretty cool. Scarlett, my mom wanted to name him Chauncey. And I was like, no, mom, he will get beat up every single day of his life. It just sounded too girly to me. Does he like the name Chance? Well, he didn't when he was little, but he does now that he's old enough to appreciate it. When he was little, he come in crying from Hey Top Cop from from elementary school. Why did you have to name me Chance? Couldn't you just name me Daniel or Jimmy or Craig or I wanted a Scotty, but I got a Dean. Well, I like Scotty and Dean. I like women with men names too. I like women named Danny and Charlie. That's my niece's name, and it's spelled just like that. Charlie. I like that stuff. If I was going to have a girl, it was going to be Sydney. You remember that show, Kamash? Yeah. Paul Newman aged well. He was another one, Scarlett Poppyfield. Yes. Yeah, that's my niece's name is Charlie. You like guys named Kelly? I've known a couple guys named Kelly. Hey, Ageless Beauty. This is just like a Seinfeld chat. It's about absolutely nothing. I started off kind of melancholy, talking about my childhood and how I miss the days in the woods with my family. Sean Connery, too. You're right, Scarlett. And today is my brother's birthday. It's his 60th birthday, and how he's my hero. He kind of saved me from the depths of hell. And then we got on to everything else, every single thing else. To verdict watch from the Molly Tibbetts trial, to good looking men who's aged well. Well, let's see, what else have we talked about? Our wish, if you had one wish. I think Chance is a cool name too. And he does now too, that he's almost 35 years old. My granddaughter's name is Johnny and her cousin is Jessie. I love that. I love boys' names for girls. I do. Memorial Day reminds me of my dad. We were a military family, and every time he heard taps played, he'd cry like a real man. That's a touching story, Laura Lee. And thank you to your father for serving this country. Thank you. Behaven's wish was I wish food had no calories. I can't hear taps either. It makes me cry too. I still stand for the national anthem. If I'm watching like I don't watch football, so, but if I'm watching like a NASCAR race or something like that, and the national anthem comes on, I still stand for it. No matter where I'm at or what I'm doing, I stand. That's what I do. Yes, thank him for his service. Bagpipes make you cry. Scarlett, my brother, when he passed away, he wanted Amazing Grace on the bagpipes. And oh my God, it will send chills up your spine. Me and my dad were joking and told my son's mother that I wanted to name him Leonard Maynard. Yeah, I'm glad that was a joke, Sergeant Blacker. You stand for your national anthem, God Save the Queen. Good for you, Cork. Bagpipes make Blink Wanna Kill. That's a little strong. Chickadee, bagpipes make me cry. I'm Scottish, yeah. Listen to Amazing Grace on the bagpipes, man. It's pretty cool. Oh, I don't still say the Pledge of Allegiance in the morning. I got to be honest, I'm not that patriotic. I wish the school still did it, but I don't stand and look at a corner of the room, and I don't have a flag hanging somewhere in my house and say the pledge every morning. You have played at funerals and always cry, even when you don't know the deceased. You did Amazing Grace for my mom and my ex on the bagpipes. It's pretty chilling, isn't it, Chickadee? It's pretty chilling. I think bagpipes, you got to be pretty talented to play that. I mean, that takes a lot of air. Maybe it's not talented, maybe it's just healthy. But I couldn't, there's no way I could play a bagpipe. I don't think I've ever had that much air in me. I was good to be able to give a breathalyzer when I was younger. I used to love NASCAR, knew everything about everyone driving after Dell Jr. retired. You know what? I kind of feel the same way, Kim, but I lost my interest when Senior died. He was my driver, he was my man, and I still continue to watch it after Senior, but it just didn't mean the same. I did have Junior sign my boob and my koozie cup at an ARCA race. But it just wasn't the same after Dell Sr. died. I didn't think. And had he had not been pushing Junior and Mikey over the finish line, I'm not so sure he would have wrecked. But yep, Angela, you are in NASCAR country. Angela, I love kilts. Oh, Angela, you just like the fact they don't wear underwear underneath them. You went to your first race. They are pretty cool, man. It makes your heart race when they fire up those engines. Gentlemen, start your engines. I've been to a lot of NASCAR races. I've been to the Daytona a few times. I've been to Talladega. Uh, I've been to the Brickyard. Went to one under the lights. I can't remember what it was. Woohoo, the truth. Boobies, boobies. I did. I had him sign my boob. That's the day I broke my ankle stepping down off of the bleachers, and I had to have surgery. Oh no, I don't wear earplugs. I love to hear the thunder of the cars, and I love to. It's just a very exciting sport. Some people say not. You just keep going in a circle, but I have kind of lost my my lust for it. So very sad truth. My best friend's brother plays the pipes and does most of the funerals in our wee village. Oh, it was louder than I thought. We were right next to the track. Daytona is the one we went to. What happened to Bling? Oh, I'm sorry, Bling. Think you had a bad experience with bagpipes. Yep, boobies, boobies. All right, guys, I'm going to get off of here. Like I said, we're on verdict watch for the Molly Tibbetts trial. I appreciate y'all coming in. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. It was just a little chit chat, nothing exciting. Um, I appreciate each and every one of you all. You need to do an Ask Me Anything. I don't know about all that. Your most embarrassing moment. I'm not easily embarrassed misbehaving, so I would have to think about that. I'm really not that easily embarrassed. It's like the word offended. I'm not even sure I know what the word offended means. Am I going live for the verdict? I don't know. Maybe if I can get Pixie up here to argue with me over it, because she definitely has a difference of opinion about it. I'm not saying she says he's innocent. I'm not going to let you know what Pixie thinks. She just thinks there's been reasonable doubt laid out there. So open and shut so you don't follow it. But yeah, if I can get Pixie up here to argue with me about it, because we definitely have different opinions about it. But I'm not going to say that. Well, she's going to say it. So I tried. I tried Pixie. Thank you, Angela. I'll be sure to tell him everybody said happy birthday. And I already told him he's my hero. Take time out this weekend to salute the men and women of our military. And I hope the sun shines on all of you all. And you just have a great weekend. I'll be getting with Brian to find out when we're able to schedule that. Angel's Beauty, no way, he's guilty of sin. See, we could have a good panel, Pixie, if you decided to come up. Yes, you too, Sergeant Blackrock. Salute to our troops. And if you have another hero in your life, whether it be a brother or a dad or a friend or a sister or an aunt, or give them a call. Tell them they're your hero. All right, guys. You know what? You know I'll see you around the tubes. Hope you all have a great day.